Hello everyone, it's Red with RedDragonLeo.com. Today is December 1st, Pomo Day. Thank you, Uncle Ben, for rallying the market today and taking out all the bears. It was wonderful of you to do that, to drive a shaft in the bears once again. As you reverse the markets off charts that were pointing down. I just love it. Now you got them pointing up. As I said in yesterday's video, folks, you never can tell what these gangsters have planned. Clearly everything was bearish, should have continued bearish. We should have fell down after multiple attempts at hitting this resistance line and failing and falling and falling, and it should have failed. It should have failed, but it did not. Instead, the $15 billion in Pomo money was used early in the morning to rally the market and squeeze out the bears. And then on the open, they had to keep buying. And we will go higher again tomorrow. There's another $15 billion or so, according to Zero Hedge's article, tomorrow. So we're going to go higher again tomorrow. At this point, I'd say we're going to go up to this next level of resistance here at probably either this level here or this level, the 1218. We're going to go up. There's no question about that. And, you know, I showed you a fake print of the Russell at 749, and it closed today at, let's see, 743. So if I don't have the ability to overlap those, but if I did, I think that would be a 749 on the Russell would probably be about equivalent to about 1215, maybe as high as 1220. I'm just guessing. But your bottom line is either going to be this peak, which is also a gap window, or a gap fill, or even a top right here, a double top right here at this level here. Well, we're definitely going to continue up. This is a bull flag. The chart is now rolling back up, and yes, it does look like we're rolling over, but that's not the case here. As you can see from here, we could have rolled over and went down yesterday as we were, or today, I'm sorry, as we were right here at the 50 rolling down, but we continued higher, and instead we turned back up, continued higher, and we are still going up. While we might dip down a little bit in the morning and put in maybe a lower histogram bar, maybe two. I doubt very many. I do believe it's going to turn back and continue higher on the market. Now this might continue down as it works its way down and puts in some lower highs, but the market will go higher. And so you can see the gap, the distance between these two is pretty far. It's going to take a bit for them to calm down and to roll over, and for the market to actually roll over. So I do expect this to go up more. We could possibly run down a little bit in the morning, but this is a bull flag, which indicates a move higher. So if it does not fulfill and it fails, then it is possible it will go down first, recycle back up, and then continue on in the afternoon. So maybe a quick down and then a recovery. It could do that, but you know, bull flags usually work, meaning that they don't fall down like that they just continue higher, they just pop higher. So, but this market has not been something that has been really easy to read. Look over here, we've seen a bull flag here that failed, popped down, and then went right back. So we've seen a bear flag here that failed, and then we had this day that popped up, put in a bull flag. You think it's going to go higher, but it did not, rolled over. So that's why I said it is possible we could roll back over and find support back here at this 1200 level. If we do that, I think then we'll bounce higher, maybe into Friday or even early next week, Monday possibly. But I think we're going to end up higher. Looking at the 30-minute chart, it's rolling down here, so That's why I said it's possible we could go down a little. It is rolling over here, but again, if it does go down, don't expect much. Don't expect it to go deep and put in a deep low like this. At this point, they've turned the charts, especially from another 15 billion thrown into the market. So if it does dip down, tomorrow maybe on, I don't know, what is tomorrow? They got the ADP jobs numbers out. Is that tomorrow or is that today? Anyway, then you got non-farm payrolls out on Friday. Who knows how they're going to release those numbers? Those are just government numbers. They make all that stuff up anyway. None of that's real data that you can count on anymore. It's just all made up numbers to determine where they're going to push the market to. So who knows what that's going to, what kind of effect that's going to be. Nobody believes that anymore, but they still have to react to it. So because they're fearful of other traders are going to believe it, I guess. It's kind of crazy. You probably, if you asked every trader on Wall Street if he believed the jobs data and the reports, and they'd probably all say no. But yet, when it comes out, they still react as if they do believe it. So whether it's a good number or bad number or whatever, they're still going to react based upon the number being accurate. If that makes any sense. It's crazy, I know. But so anyway, so it is possible that this 30 could roll down and put in a very small, maybe like this, and then recycle right back up. And if it did that, then you might see us come down here and bounce off this trend line and then go back. But again, this is a bull flag as well. Here we went up, sideways consolidation, bull flag, popped higher, sideways consolidation, bull flag. So do we pop higher again? Or do we get a little bit of selling off of some bad data or something? Hard to say. I think our top's going to be that 749 on the Russell. It's the Russell 2000, I believe. The RUT is the symbol. $RUT on Thinkorswim. And let's see here. 15-minute chart. Obviously, you pretty much knew that once we popped above this level and we gapped open above it, that we were going to go higher. It's just almost a guarantee. Remember the old saying that if you can't go through resistance, you gap above it, or gap below it. If it's resistance, support, whatever. And that's the case here. They couldn't go through it, so they pumped money into it in the pre-market. They spend their $15 billion or whatever they had to spend. I don't know. And then when it opens, it's already above all those resistance levels. Everybody has to short cover and buy their shorts back, which causes a buying frenzy, so it goes up again. And that's exactly what happened. So here we got, obviously another bull flag here, but we are still pointing down. So I do expect it to curl right back up. But again, if that 30 wants to go lower, this could go a little bit deeper before it does. So it could pull back a little. Okay, but if it does, I would expect it the 1200 level to be a bouncing opportunity, and then it to go higher maybe on Friday. So depends on what the numbers, really it does. I mean, what kind of manipulation they're going to have out there in the ADP number and the non-farm payrolls tomorrow. So possibly they back down a little bit tomorrow and recycle back up, and maybe just put in a flat day tomorrow, and then the non-farm payrolls, they give a positive number, spin it ever how they're going to spin it, and cause a gap up again to get above this resistance level right here. And if they gap it high enough, it could go above this one here, this 1215. But I suspect that this 1215 level, which again corresponds over here, if this top, and it looks to be a gap fill. 1218 is of course a peak up there, but this range is probably about that 749 on the Russell if you overlap it since the Russell's right now sitting at about 743. So, and that's from the fake print we got for that that was sent to me for that one. So which I showed you in the weekend update video, I believe. So Yeah, again, frustrating to see the manipulation. All the charts were bearish, but that's just the game they play, folks. That's why you got to tread lightly, because you just never know. If you were sitting here looking at this, you would say it was a bearish chart, but when you look at the daily, um, as it was going down, finding all that resistance, and it was still pointing down until it crawled back up here. So, I was looking more for a move for it to go a little bit deeper before it curled back up. I was really wanting to see one more flush out and then it moved back up. Because this really is an unusual pattern. We've only got one leg down, sideways garbage, and now we're shooting back up. That's just not usual. When you look at these other patterns, you can clearly see they did take one leg down, they took their up move, and then another down move. Really, we didn't have too much of an up move, if you want to call this the up move, I guess, but it was really just more up, down, up, down, up, down, a bunch of sideways garbage, which is even more bearish. It's more comparable to the pattern right here, where they went down sideways for 2 days because they could not go up because it was just too weak. And so they just basically traded sideways, putting in a bear flag, and then they fell into the third wave. Here we went down, popped back up, and at this point, you really thought you were going to come down and do your third wave. If it should be, 1150 area or something, maybe 1130. But it didn't happen. It got stopped out right here at the bottom, at a double bottom. And then it took a squeeze out, and then it come back down. It got stopped out at triple bottom, back up. I don't know, quadruple bottom. They're not exact, okay? But you understand, you get the meaning here, and you're thinking, okay, this thing is going to die, but it held its support, and then popped higher. So I guess this is, again, I'm not an Elliott wave person, so this has got to be some kind of crazy, funky XYZ wave pattern here. To make maybe some kind of, I don't know, ABC move up or something, and but it should complete up here between 12.15 to 12.20 area, I believe, and then it should turn back down, and that's if the fake print works on the Russell. So look at the Russell, follow the Russell on this. When it hits 749 area, 749 to 750. I believe that's where that fake print was. Look at the S&P, see where it's at that time, and that should be your idea for the fake print to work. Now we do got some fake prints intraday today that showed the SPY at almost 120. The actual number was 119.97. So if the market backs down any tomorrow on an intraday move back down, or whether it's into the close, or whether it's in the morning on some bad data, I don't know. Whichever way, if it gets back to that area just around 120, it would fulfill that fake print to the downside from today, intraday. But I wouldn't necessarily count on it. It seems like, the fake prints only work for the bulls. They only work for the upside. They don't seem to work for the downside. So back here on this day and this day, I seen fake prints on both of them. I seen an intraday fake print when we were down here chopping around. I seen that move coming. I seen a fake print for that. Same thing for here. On this date here, I seen a fake print coming. It went right up and hit it. So, intraday, and I posted them in the chat when we were chatting, not chatting, but posting comments on my blog on these days that have happened. And sure enough, they did it. So they do work, but not always. The timing's always tough to figure them out. But anyway, we're clearly above this line of support, so the best thing you can hope for tomorrow, if you're stuck in a short position, is to get out on any pullback close to 120 on the SPY, and then to possibly go long if you got the guts to fulfill the final upside print. When I say final, I mean to fulfill this fake print, and then that's it. And we'll go from there. Good luck, everyone. Hope everyone didn't get hurt too bad today.